Who is your pick to win the Indianapolis 500 on Sunday? That's one of our topics tonight here at 10 o'clock. Great to have you with us. Hope you've had a good day. We are charging toward the weekend. Felicia and Angela getting excited about the biggest weekend in Indianapolis.
Now we just need to get rid of the rain.
Yeah. Can you help us with that?
I can help you with that. Just not. Carb Day still looks a little dicey.
All right.
If you're making plans to be out at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway on Friday, start planning ahead. Rain gear and a sweatshirt. We're going to be 65 to 70.
Really?
That's it for highs.
That's it.
Wow.
So,
All right. We had some storms around today. Anything severe today? Or
we did have a few severe storms, and I'm going to start with storm reports. And
Yeah.
all of the little white dots that you see, those are wind damage reports. Lots of trees and power lines down with a couple of storms. One that rolled through Pendleton and then up toward Anderson and LaPel. And then the other developed near the Lebanon area and then rolled through Frankfort, the east side of Frankfort, so eastern sections of Clinton County, and then on into Carroll County. So we may see some additional storm development as we head through the day tomorrow. But right now we're kind of in a break in between two areas of rain. We've got one off to our northeast and one out to our west. But notice the movement of these areas of rain. Basically north, slightly northwest, so they're coming in from the south. So if anything additional develops overnight, we're looking south toward the Evansville area into Kentucky and Tennessee, and a lot of that is weakening, and we expected that. A lot of what we had today was daylight driven. Still some rain, maybe a few rumbles of thunder overnight, and then the next wave will arrive tomorrow. May have some showers around like we did today early before we get maybe a couple of dry hours before some afternoon storms. Temperatures tomorrow will be in the 70s. We're back under the risk for severe weather tomorrow. Very similar to today. It won't be a washout. So before outdoor plans, just check live Doppler 13 radar, because if you do that, you might get a couple of things done outside before more storms develop tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. And like today, a few of those could rotate. We just have kind of a natural spin in the atmosphere thanks to this weather system and the potential for some damaging winds. Those are the greater threats tomorrow.
Okay.
What's your advice for Felicia being at her first carb day on Friday?
Oh.
I told her comfortable shoes.
Comfortable shoes. Don't wear your best shoes because it may rain.
Okay.
So it might be kind of
So
damp out there.
bring wet gear and dry gear, and try not to bring too much.
Yes. And the people watching is fantastic.
It is the greatest spectacle in people watching. You are going to love it.
Oh my goodness. Okay, if anybody else has any more tips, anything you want to add, now's your time to get it in.
By the
I'm gonna
time you
navigate
get
this.
there, they have had a couple.
Yeah.
Oh,
a couple
good.
of
Most
adult
people
beverages
had
already
a couple.
consumed by then.
Those are my kind of people.
Are they? Well, you're
You
going
are
to
gonna be
fit
in.
right in there. All right, so let us know who you think is going to win the Indy 500. So far, only Dan has weighed
All right,
in
what did Dan
saying.
choose?
Dan says Elio.
Okay.
We have a lot of people checking in and watching tonight, but very few have actually given us their favorite driver
Put
to
your
win the
picks in.
500. So put your picks in. We'll give you a shout out here, but we've got Teresa joining us. Glenn's back with us. Ryan from Spencer, Indiana. Liz back with us tonight. Sherry is with us. Barb, as I mentioned, Dan, Christine. Liz is happy about the temperature, saying 65 to 70 is my jam.
It is nice. It is very nice, and take advantage because we've got some 90 potential for close to 90 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good time. Memorial Day, the pool's open.
Yeah.
And Nana is with us tonight, Joyce from Versailles, and so we've got lots of folks joining us tonight at 10. We'll get back with Angela, talk a little bit more about the rain coming in, and that way you can be weather aware over the next couple of days. Friend of the show, Lauren Kostick, back with us tonight, and one of the stories that you're covering tonight is, as we're continuing to cover the Texas school shooting, we're wanting to look tonight at school resource officers, and so that was your assignment tonight.
Exactly. I mean, it's such a heavy topic, but they're the ones that this is their job. Their job is to protect these students, throughout the district. And so I met up with an Avon school resource officer. He is stationed in the high school, and he just gave me some perspective. He's like, I wish my job didn't exist in a way. He's like, if the school called me right now and said I could go home, I would. But, this is his job, is to protect these students and not only, support them, but also be there as a police officer and act as one. And he said when he found out about the tragedy in Texas, he was actually at Avon High School at the time, and he said his stomach just dropped looking at the students, thinking about his own kids. And I think that was, for all of us, but for this really hits close to home for him. And here's what he told us tonight.
you have to be prepared. You have to be prepared to respond to that. So you go quickly from being a mentor, a teacher, a counselor, to that first responder where you're running towards the threat. And I'm prepared to do that, as well as the rest of the officers on our team here.
So they have 6 SROs in the district, which started in 2020, a program that Avon started, and Officer Craig here is one of them. You know, and he said it's like you don't want to think about the what if or the unthinkable, but it's something nowadays, you know, especially after what we saw yesterday and we've been seeing in the news, it's just something he walks through the door and he has to be prepared for. It's really, and he said it's sad. It's so sad.
You'd rather have and be prepared than
Yes.
not be prepared.
Right.
But we had a conversation just in our studio earlier today how normal it is. And so I went to a high school south side of Chicago that had metal detectors, that had these officers, and the fact that it was like just, you said 2020, they were starting this.
Right.
There's still some schools that don't have this, and they're not trying to normalize this for our kids. But it's like, what are you going to do?
It's hard.
wanna
He's
be
like, I
prepared.
wish I didn't have this job, you know, because the reason he's there is for this purpose. And he's like, I love supporting the students and being a mentor, but he's like, if I didn't have to be here, I wouldn't, you know. And he also talked about, you know, having to talk to the students about the news. You know, they look to him as a friend and for support. And so he said it's difficult to talk to them, and sometimes it's hard too to hear how desensitized they are to this. And I think generation, you know, I'm part of the generation that grew up with this. And, you know, it's difficult. Yeah.
We went from tornado drills and
Right, that's it. That's
you
all
know,
I had when I grew up.
To active shooter drills, right.
I know.
It's a horrible thing for kids to be dealing with and parents to be worried about, and we'll be discussing this and more about the Texas school shooting tonight at 11 o'clock over on 13. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the race. Indy 500 just now a few days away. Felicia's going to check it out
I can't
for the
believe
first
you
time.
said 3 days away, because we've been counting down since I've been here for a few months, and now it's here.
I know.
And part of me is like, oh, we're going to have to work all the days. There's so many days of work. But then it's like also
You do have your work
exciting.
cut out for
I
you.
know,
Because
I
you got
know.
Carb Day, then you're going to be part of our parade coverage with Angela and Anne Marie.
There's an exciting piece to it too, even though you're working and not going to be consuming beverages with the rest of the fans.
Right.
No
There is-
beverages for you.
I don't know if that would end well.
There is still.
Yeah, and then you're going to be
It's a lot
on
of fun to
all
be had.
day on
I
the
know.
500
Yeah.
coverage.
I know.
A cast of thousands will be out there from Channel 13. All of us will be out there.
Yes,
so-
I'll be out, I think, Gate 1 in Georgetown Road. So if you're there, come say hi.
Yeah.
I'm looking
bring-
for fans.
Bring her a beverage.
A non-alcoholic beverage, please.
Right,
Some coffee.
Can't enjoy that. But it'll be fun, Felicia, I think, to get your take after this whole weekend is over.
We're gonna have to have a whole.
Were.
We're gonna have to have a whole debrief. We are gonna debrief. I'm gonna make notes. We're gonna discuss it all.
Well, Felicia's been studying the drivers. She had a chance to go out to Rev and
Loosely.
interview a few of the drivers, right?
Loosely, yes.
And so you've put together your selection to win the Indy 500.
Yeah.
So Felicia's selection is?
Is this like a bracket? Do I need like a bracket?
No,
Or
no,
is
like
it gonna
March
be-
Madness
Oh,
bracket.
okay. Yeah.
So your pick to win it?
I am going to say Elio Castroneves.
That's a good
He's a
pick.
good pick. He's a
That'll
good
be a
pick.
popular pick.
Not for any scientific reason as to why, but besides the fact that he has some spice.
Yes.
And a little spice. That's
Sassy.
that edge. That edge that's
Yeah.
going to get you over the finish line,
Right,
right?
right.
They're all fast. They're
Right.
all going fast, right?
Yeah.
Well, he is easily, I think, the most popular IndyCar driver, and having won 4, if he could get to 5, I mean, that's just legendary status.
And that's what you said
I
you
was
were
going to say,
interested,
'cause
right?
can you imagine? That would be such a historic race. That would
would
be
be.
so
Yeah.
cool to see. Or I was going to say Connor Daly, because I know he's a hometown favorite. So I was like, which I think he was ahead last year. I remember the whole crowd was cheering, and I was like, oh,
Right.
man.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Yeah.
Well, and it's been a long time since an Indianapolis native has won. I think Wilbur Shaw. So it's been like 70 years since somebody from Indiana has won the race. So there are a lot of the drivers that live here, but in terms of somebody who was born and raised here like Connor, so he'd be a popular driver for us to win. You know,
right.
Okay.
So,
What do you guys
and
think?
I would love to see a Marco Andretti win someday, or
That'd
a
be
Graham
great.
Rahal, just
Yep.
for name, racing
Right.
name. But my pick this year is Joseph Newgarden, because he's won a couple times already.
Yeah, he's a
I
popular
did some
pick.
research.
I like it.
I Googled
Research gal.
I Googled IndyCar standings.
Actual facts
Yeah, he's
to
not,
back up the
not leading
choice.
in points, but he has won twice.
Yeah, he would be a great champion. He
Yeah,
would be a
he'd
great
be fun.
champion. I think he'd be very popular, and I think he's got a really good shot at it.
Okay.
So we'll see
Who
how
are you
he
going
does.
with?
I'm going with Jimmy Johnson.
Oh, that's
Okay,
good.
so here's the reason. Jimmy Johnson, one of the older guys, so I'm going with one of the older guys. He's got a little bit of gray in the hair now. And, you know, look, even
Don't
though
we
he's
all?
got, well, you don't have any gray here.
Some more than others. Some more than others.
But, you know, look, Jimmy Johnson, he's a rookie with IndyCar,
Sure.
but he knows the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. He's won the Brickyard 4 times. He's a 7-time NASCAR champion. This is a terrific race car driver.
Yeah.
I think Jimmy Johnson's going to get it done.
He's been fast all month.
He has been fast all month. He's part of the Chip Ganassi group.
Yeah.
And they have been fast
The-
all
the
month.
group has
so
been fast,
it's going to
yes.
be really, okay, so let's see what our folks
But yes, so
at
you
home.
get some things, but people, you know, they worry about race setup. So, you know, that's when your crew really comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
How is the car? How is the race setup on the car? It's different from just qualifying.
What do you mean race setup?
Race setup is completely different as far as the car goes.
So
you need to
mean
listen
like
to
I need to
where
learn
you
this
mean
too.
where they're at?
No,
in
I'm
terms.
talking about how the car is set up.
Right,
There's
right.
a race
Like
setup, am I right?
tires and all that?
That's true.
Yeah, okay.
And then how do you pit? Is your crew ready? Are your pit stops fast? So there's
Right.
a lot that goes into racing other than just being fast.
It's true.
That's,
So
The drama of
So
it
when you
all.
see Taylor and Dave out at the track
They'll give you
on
a-
Carb Day,
a what
you just
for.
go ahead and, you know, listen into what they're saying and then just repeat what they're saying.
like, and take your notes, you know.
That's your strategy, Scott.
All right, so Mark says Pato Award, aggressive young guy. Pato's a very popular choice. He's been fast all month. Let's see how things go. Wes, I'd absolutely love to see Rahal Letterman win since Dave is from Indiana. If Elio won, I'd be happy as well. Rahal Letterman, Lanigan has not been very good this month, so it'll be interesting to see how they do. Graham Rahal, let's see. He hasn't really been all that fast. Teresa says Scott, Jimmy Johnson, Dale Jr. for me.
Oh,
Well, Dale's not in the race, but that's okay. Dale, maybe she's a fan of Dale.
Yeah.
Candace says I agree with you, Scott. Roger says Jimmy Johnson is my pick to win.
Okay.
Let's see. Suzanne says hi from Winchester, home of Mrs. Wick's Pie Factory and Mrs. Wick's Pie Shop. You ladies heard of that?
Oh yeah.
No.
So
No.
yes, Mrs. Wicks
Have
has
you?
a famous. I never buy the full pies, but I've bought the pie crust to make pie at home.
Yeah.
Yes, very famous.
You more pie or cake?
Doesn't matter.
Either one.
No coconut. No coconut.
No cake.
Everything else. you're
Everything
good.
else
How
I'm
about
okay.
pina coladas for coconuts? No. Oh man,
Too much
okay.
sugar in those.
All right, Kelly says Tony Kanaan. So Kelly's got Kanaan.
Okay.
And I think Anne Marie is going to say Kanaan. TK is her
TK 's her,
favorite
yeah.
driver, so I'm going to go out on a limb and say that. And Rosie also saying Tony Kanaan. Let's see who else. Let's see. A lot of folks talking about the school shooting still. Glenn saying hello to your dogs Milo and Murphy.
Oh, they say hello back.
And Wes saying hello to Milo and Murphy. So perhaps, Ed Carpenter. Barb wants Ed Carpenter.
yeah.
He would be super popular. I mean, this guy's been on the poll several times. From Indiana, went to Butler, so he'd be a popular winner too. So
That'd be fun to see.
all right, continue to let us know who you think's going to win. In the meantime, Felicia, we need some good weather tomorrow.
Yeah.
I know, I know. She said don't. She's already saying no. She's already
umbrella.
shaking her. She said don't get your hopes up. Don't even look this way and ask me.
Rain gear the next. Yeah.
Yeah, but let's get it in now.
Right,
Like that's
that's
not
true.
bad.
That's
Let's
true.
get
As
it
long
in
as it doesn't
now.
Yeah,
this
because
weekend, yeah.
decreasing clouds for the parade, sunshine for the race, and near 90 for Memorial Day. So it does improve. We get into race setup.
Hey,
Weather department, starting Saturday.
Ask Angela if there's a window of opportunity for Friday on Carb Day.
There might be a window of opportunity.
Window of opportunity, that's a big phrase around here. Is there a dry window to get in whatever
I
we're talking
know,
about?
and I gotta say, it makes our job a lot easier too when it's not raining like that.
Holding the umbrella, the mic.
Right.
Trying to
Oh
whip the
my
wind
God.
out of your face.
Don't even get me started with hair and makeup. It's a thing.
That's just, you can't. You can't
Well,
win.
Carb Day is important for what? There is an Indy Light race, and then it's their last time
It
to
is
get
their
some
last
laps
practice,
in.
11 to 1 on
They
Friday.
put
Yeah,
race
and
set up.
the social aspect to it all. That's part
Yeah.
of racing
Oh, yeah.
culture.
Yep.
You know, all the events that's going on at
Yep.
the track.
You're
makes
going to
you
have
feel
so
good
much
for that.
fun. Take lots of photos.
I know. Take a lot of photos of Felicia, so I can see
Oh,
her
man.
reaction.
I got to get some rest.
There you go. All
I
right.
gotta get a nap.
Well, we're going to give Felicia 45 minutes of rest, and then we will rejoin you tonight at 11 o'clock over on 13. Have a great night.